that the Earth is in motion around the sun?
Yes.
Okay. Do we have any direct measurements or exclusive evidence for that being so?
Of the Earth going around the sun?
Correct. Because that's the positive claim accepted by mainstream science and yourself.
Mm-hmm. Well, what we have are accurate models. And when you build a model that accurately predicts incredible numbers of things out into the future, then that's an incredibly good indicator that your model reflects reality.
Oh, yeah, this is not about refuting heliocentrism. This is about substantiating that it's true, meaning that we would have to
That's what I
disprove that the
just
Earth
said.
is stationary. You have to
Disprove that the
disprove.
Earth is stationary? Oh, that's been done. That was done hundreds
How?
of years ago.
How do we do that? Where's the direct measurement of
Pendulums
that?
precess in different directions in different hemispheres.
Oh, yeah, no, we were talking about orbital motion. That has to do with rotation. You
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 said
agree
the
that those
Earth
are
is
different?
stationary.
Yeah, around the sun is what we were speaking about. Remember? Do you agree
Okay.
that rotation is different than orbit?
Yes, but you don't believe in rotation either, right?
Well, with the accepted mainstream science, you needed rotation with orbit. So that's why I was asking, do we have any exclusive evidence that we're in orbit, the Earth's motion around the sun? And you agree pendulums is not dictated by the orbit, correct?
Yeah, but I told you earlier that we have models that predict with extreme accuracy, um, like observations for the future. So
So you agree pendulums isn't a sufficient answer, correct?
I gave you that answer before the pendulums. I brought up the pendulums because you said Earth is stationary. It's not stationary in different ways. So my
Yes.
argument never hinged on pendulums because I
Oh,
gave you something before that.
well, again, I look for exclusive evidence. So if you're saying that you have exclusive evidence for being in motion around the sun, and that's due to models, you would have to show how a geocentric or a stationary Earth doesn't work.
Because it can't make the same predictions into the future.
How so?
How can it not do it? It fails
Right.
to do it. I don't know how to tell you how does it not do it. It
Are you
it doesn't do it.
are you familiar with Luca Popov?
No.
Well, Luca Popov published a paper, a physicist, and he actually showed a dynamic and a kinematic equivalence using a neo-Tychonian model, which is a geocentric model. And he was able to diagram and calculate all the things, well, not all the things, in the three-body system relative to a geocentric Earth and a heliocentric Earth, showing the equivalence. So when you say that, it's not possible on a geocentric Earth, he published that paper specifically to address that position. It's
I
called the
promise you that
new
what he's doing
homogeneity.
is taking the modern heliocentric data and then refitting it to a neo-Tychonian system because it's not going to have gravity in it anywhere. It's not going to have any actual explanation. It's just going to mimic the patterns.
Do you mind giving me the big box?
Uh,
So yeah, this is the paper that I was referring to, right? So basically, when you said that this didn't have any gravity in it, it specifically says right here, the term neo-Tychonian model refers to the assumptions that the orbits and distant masses uh, around the Earth are synchronized with the sun's orbit. It is the aim of this paper to show the kinematical and dynamical equivalences of these two systems regarding heliocentrism and geocentrism, specifically using gravity. So when you say that the paper doesn't reference gravity, that's just not true.
so does this paper contain, for example, elliptical orbits, or does it contain epicycles?
So this doesn't contain epicycles. It shows a three-body system, right? Because they use point masses, and they calculate all the bodies because they're arbitrarily picked. And in this specific instance, what he used was a Sun, Mars, and Earth system. And he said that you could use any three bodies to calculate these motions as long as you have a universe in motion. So again, he's just showing the kinematic and dynamic equivalence. So we're looking for exclusive
I'm
evidence that
sorry.
Geocentrism
Is
doesn't
Earth
work.
moving in this model? Because it sounds like it is.
No, no, no. Geocentric means Earth being stationary.
What was the title of it? Neo of a
The
Tychonian
Newton,
model of planetary motion. So it
correct.
has. So what are Mars and the Earth and the Sun doing? Orbiting the Earth?
Yeah. You know how the Neo-Tychonian model works?
Now I've seen how a Tychonian model with the planets orbiting the Sun, but the Sun orbiting the Earth works, except it doesn't work because it's scientifically unsound because there's no underlying principle that can explain what's going on. Because
Yeah, no,
what
that's
you actually find out when you track the planets' motions is that they move in ellipses. It's the only way to get rid of the epicycles. And then Newton was able to derive gravitation from those elliptical orbits. I don't know why the inverse square law for gravity leads to elliptical orbits. That is known. I just don't remember what the explanation for that is off the top of my head. And just real
yeah.
quick,
So
for you or for anyone else that wants to check it out, this 3 blue, 1 brown video right here with Terrence Tao. I'll show this on YouTube as well. Or maybe I won't because there we go. This shows how even thousands of years ago we were able to calculate distances to the moon and to the sun, and how you can demonstrate heliocentrism with those observations and create accurate models.
yeah, so what I got on the screen was one of the diagrams. Like I said, he was diagramming the
Oh boy.
Mars Sun system. And there's calculations here with it too, but it shows the trajectories. And as long as you account for the universe being in motion,
That
being in
has
the Mach,
epicycles.
yeah, once you account for the universe being in motion, via the Machian principle, we can calculate and demonstrate all this phenomena via geocentric Earth. So again, when you say
I
that this
don't
doesn't
I
work,
don't I don't think you actually can calculate anything with that.
no, this paper directly does it. So there's calculations that come with it. You could do
What
more
is
research if you
what is
want
the
to.
underlying mechanism that causes the orbits to have the particular mechanics that they do?
Mach's principle.
What is that?
That's basically having a distribution of matter in space, and then there's a translation of motion that causes a it causes the others it causes a deflection in the other in any other bodies in the universe's inertia. Basically, affects the inertia due to motion of the bodies in the universes. So
Are there any
if you have
equations in this
universe
paper?
motion, yeah, there are. Yeah, basically. So if
Can you show me some?
I mean, I just gave you the title of the paper. I only have those 3 screenshots right here. But if you like to pull it up, you can. And his email is right on the front page. I could pull that back up. So if you had any contentions, you could reach out to him directly because this is a pretty recent paper from 2013, I believe. So he directly addresses the kinematic discrepancies and the dynamic discrepancies and says that there's an equivalence, so not exclusive to heliocentrism. So do we have any like direct measurement of Earth's orbital motion or any exclusive observations that aren't applicable to a Earth that's stationary?
Say that again.
Do we have any exclusive observations or direct measurements of Earth that disprove the Earth being stationary?
Yeah, pendulums deflect in different directions in different hemispheres.
Yeah, we're talking about
The
orbits.
existence of the core. No, you said if Earth is stationary.
Yeah, around the sun is what we're talking about, orbits specifically.
Okay. If the Earth is spinning, it completely blows up your model, though. So your model can't be true if the Earth is rotating.
So I can address your non sequitur in a moment, as long as we can concede that you don't have any.
Well, now's the moment. Well, no, because
one second. I was just saying I don't
okay,
mind.
I waited
engaging.
exactly 1 second, which is how much time you asked for. So
Yeah, I was
your
just-
model can't be true if the Earth is rotating. So if we demonstrate Earth is rotating, then your model is false.
Yeah, not true. I can address that.
No,
in a
that's
second,
not the case.
But you're trying to pivot away from your orbital motion claim. So do you have any direct measurement of that, or do you not? Is that like a blind belief of yours, or?
Again, I have models that can accurately map things out. You're just saying that they're not exclusive.
Right. which means that you don't have any evidence if you haven't disproven a stationary Earth. So do you have any of that evidence?
That's
or you have
not
a
how
blind?
evidence works.
So do you have any evidence of direct measurements of orbital motion so we can move on, or do you not?
Yeah, countless observations of planets going around the sun, and then models and equations that accurately plot out where they're going to be in the future.
Yeah, that's back to this paper directly acknowledging
You asked me
that
if I have
position.
evidence, and I have evidence. I don't know why you're saying that if it's not exclusive evidence, then it's not evidence. That's not how that works.
It is, because it can also apply
It's
to
not.
a geocentric Earth, which is why this paper is published, to highlight the equivalence. So until you highlight how this doesn't work, you have a blind belief in your faith.
Do you have a blind belief in your faith?
No, because I
Oh,
engage
so
with
what
the science
exclusive
says.
evidence do you have?
Yeah, all interferometry data never measured any Earth's motion. So I'm asking you, since you got the
No, no, no,
platform,
no,
if
no. I didn't ask you that. I
Yeah.
asked you for exclusive evidence.
Yeah, all interferometry data doesn't detect orbital motion.
What is
So do you have any?
interferometer data?
Well, you don't know what interferometry is?
Not off the top of my head. Also, pendulums
Okay.
swing in different directions in different hemispheres. So we do have evidence of Earth rotating, so you're wrong. But what's this interferometer
Yeah.
data?
Yeah, non sequitur to orbit. We already addressed that. I don't know why you're going back to that. But basically, what interferometers are, they detect objects in motion along linear and curved paths due to an interference of light. And we have interferometers that are sensitive enough to detect Earth's orbital motion. And we don't have that. So I've looked everywhere. I've talked to many PhDs. I've talked to people within STEM. And now I'm talking to you. And I asked you if you had any
Yes,
exclusive
modern
access
interferometers do
to
detect Earth's motion, but not in the way the old 19th century ether drift experiments were looking for. Uh-oh. You're talking about
So
Michelson-Morley?
no, that's what you brought up. I said any measurements. Do we have any direct ones of Earth's orbital motion?
ChatGPT told me that they do exist. I can try to look for some.
Uh-oh,
Gravitational
not
wave
ChatGPT.
interferometers such as LIGO, Virgo, and CAGRA. While their main job is to detect space-time strain from gravitational waves, they also have calibration and noise terms that account for Earth's rotation, tidal deformations, and seismic motion. They're so sensitive that they can feel the Earth stretching and squeezing from tidal forces caused by the moon and sun.
Yeah, do you think that like we could detect gravitational waves from Earth?
Yeah, we have a, it's called LIGO.
Wait, you think LIGO detects gravitational waves from Earth?
Yes, I do agree with what the scientists that built it said.
Bro, those are apparently came from black holes. We've never detected any
No, they
gravitational
came from
waves from
merging
Earth.
neutron stars.
Bro, you said they came from Earth.
We detected the waves with a detector built on Earth.
Oh shit.
The
Hold on,
waves
hold on.
came from merging neutron stars.
Oh.
Yeah, go find your script. Chat, what is it doing? It just left. Oh, he rage quitted. Damn. That's unfortunate. That guy had a really, really long litany of hyper-specific and odd talking points. A lot of those I'd never heard of before. Well, anyways.
What up? Where we leave off with? Oh yeah, motion of the Earth.
Yeah, pendulums swing in different directions in different hemispheres.
Orbits. That's what we're talking about.
You said
Keep on
motion.
happening in life. No, we've been talking about orbit. That was the first thing that I said.
Okay.
So
We have accurate models.
all those models also apply to a geocentric Earth.
Cool. So you don't have exclusive evidence either.
No, not my burden of proof, right? Because y'all have the positive claim that we're actually in motion. So we're trying to see
Do
if
you
we
have a
blind
positive
faith.
claim?
We're trying to that the Earth is stationary.
Okay. Do you have any exclusive proof of that?
Yeah, no evidence of the opposite. So that's why I'm here to talk to you, because you said that we're actually
So you
in
have
motion.
zero evidence. Okay.
Yeah, I said all interferometry data, and you had to look it up. Remember?
Yes, I don't know all
It's not
things.
funny anymore. Yeah, it's not funny anymore. Remember? Yeah, he was just
You are
laughing.
correct
Remember?
that I do not know all things.
Yeah, so we probably should stop laughing and being condescending. I was just trying to like talk to you, see if you had any exclusive evidence or if you have a faith in heliocentrism.
Do you understand that the kinematic equivalence works both ways? If it's not exclusive for one, then it's not exclusive for the other because it's called an equivalence.
So you don't have any exclusive evidence that
And
we're in
neither do
motion around the
you,
sun.
because if it's an equivalence, then that means it doesn't exclude or preclude others.
No, we would actually need to measure the motion and actually make the positive claim. Do you have any?
Of orbital motion, I don't really know what to give you for that.
Any measurement, any instrument.
It may exist. I'm not aware of any off the top of
So
my head.
so as of right now, you just have a faith in heliocentrism.
No, I have scientific data that supports it, including accurate models.
Can you have any exclusive evidence that we could point to that so we could exclude faith?
Disclude faith?
Yeah, probably not the right word to use. To disregard or to exclude. Excuse me, exclude faith.
Yeah, I haven't ruled out, and neither have you, that it's not unicorn queef dust that just tricks us into thinking all the data says something when it's really the opposite. I also
So you
don't
don't
have
have-
any data that says it's not opposite day, and neither do you.
So you don't have any exclusive evidence that we're in motion around the sun. You just have a faith in it.
No, it's not faith. There is scientific evidence, and you can say that, well, that evidence doesn't preclude other things. That doesn't mean that it isn't still supporting evidence.
No, we're trying to determine if we're actually in motion or not. And if we don't have any empirical exclusive evidence of that claim, then why do we blindly believe it? So I'm asking you, since I haven't found any motion, every PhD that I spoke to and everybody in STEM, they haven't found any. I'm trying to see if you have any. Maybe you have some. Do you?
I've told you like 4 times. I don't know off the top of my head what I would use as like exclusive evidence of us going around the sun. And we do have evidence of Earth rotating at least. So,
Okay, so
do
as
you have
of right
any
now,
exclusive
you don't have
evidence
any-
of a stationary Earth?
So as of there are no measurements of Earth being in motion.
I didn't
That means
ask
it's
you
stationary.
if somebody else doesn't have something. I asked if you have evidence that precludes that the Earth can be in any kind of motion.
There are no measurements of motion. None from me, none from you, none from
So
STEM.
once again, I didn't ask you if somebody else doesn't have something. I asked if you have evidence.
So I can't prove a negative. There's no
Yeah,
way
you
to
actually
measure
can.
stationary. How do you prove it? So all you have to do is just present the exclusive evidence or direct measurement. If you could do that, then we can move on. If you can't, you can concede the point.
Do you see this?
Is that orbital motion?
No, you dumbass.
No.
Do you see this?
No. Oh, I'm the dumbass. But why don't
Yes.
you? You have a faith though.
There are
You have a faith.
no,
Why are you insulting?
buddy.
Is
There
that-
are
is that
no,
uncomfortable? Is it uncomfortable? Is that why you like insulting me?
there are no rhinoceroses inside of this thing. I just proved
Yeah.
a negative.
Yeah, no one made a positive claim that there was rhinoceroses. So do you have any exclusive evidence that we're in motion around the sun, or do you not
Saying
have
that
any
something
exclusive evidence?
isn't the case is still a positive claim.
Yeah, do you have any evidence of the Earth being in motion around the sun or not? Because we can move on if you don't.
For the fifth, well, I'm actually not answering the question anymore. You know the answer. So, do you have any exclusive evidence?
Yeah, the Earth being stationary.
So, that is your claim. I'm asking for evidence.
Interferometry.
Go on.
It detects motion.
Go on.
We tried.
Go on.
We failed.
Go. This isn't an explanation. These are just
Therefore
sentence
stationary.
fragments.
No, that's a coherent thought, and it's evidence, and you have to.
It wasn't a
disprove
thought. It was
that
it was a bunch of
It's
one-word
multiple-
responses that
multiple.
together don't even form a sentence.
Well, I'm just answering your question very succinctly. Does that bother you?
Not really. You know, there's a
Okay,
kinematic
so can we get
equivalence,
back to
right?
it?
So just because you don't detect motion doesn't mean you've excluded motion.
No, we don't detect motion. That also is
Yeah, but
aligning
there's a
with
kinematic
stationary.
equivalence. So the non-motion actually could be a result of motion because there's an equivalence.
Means that we would have a blind faith in heliocentrism without a direct measurement. So why do you have a blind faith?
I don't have blind faith because we have models for Earth going around the sun that are accurate.
That also is applied to a geocentric Earth. So why do you have a blind faith in heliocentrism?
Do you have blind faith in geocentrism?
No, there's no motion detected.
No,
Did you forget that point?
kinematic equivalence, and also all of your models could work for a heliocentric model. When you say all of the heliocentric data could also work with a geocentric data, that means that you don't have anything exclusive. So then by your own logic, we have to conclude that you have nothing but blind faith.
No, because you're confused between relative motion and direct measurements of motion. So if we're comparing motion to another object, then yeah, you can say there's a kinematic equivalence. But you're confused because what I'm asking for is a direct measurement, which is what interferometry would do. Interferometry doesn't need to reference another object. It references the object that is actually measuring in motion. We failed to do
what?
so. Do you understand?
What?
Can you
What
steel
does
man
it
what I just
measure?
said? Can you
Yes.
steel man what I just said?
What
Okay, go
is
ahead.
it measuring motion relative to?
No, can you steel man what I just said?
I am. What is the interferometer measuring the relative motion to? Relative to what?
The reference frame that it's in.
You don't even know what the reference was supposed to be? It was
It's
the
on
ether.
Earth.
No.
No, interferometry still works without ether. Do you agree? Or do you just find out about interferometry so you're speaking about something that you don't know about?
I'm speaking about something I don't know about. Tell me how it works.
Oh, okay.
Tell me how it works.
Basically, if you have an object along a curved path or in a linear path, you will have a split beam of light that bounces off of a couple of mirrors and comes back to the center. If we're in motion,
Yeah, this
that
is
light
the
beam will have to
Michelson-Morley
travel.
experiment. It didn't detect
No.
motion through the ether because there isn't ether.
That's not the only interferometer that has been created, Peterson. Were you not aware?
No, I'm not. Explain how the new
I'm
ones work.
trying to, but you interrupted as I was trying to explain to you. Yeah, so if objects are in motion in that frame, then the light beam that has been split will have to travel a longer distance. And when it comes back to its origin, there will be a displacement in that split beam. That's called a fringe shift. And we can correlate that fringe shift with the motion of the Earth. And when we go to try to detect that motion of the Earth, being that interferometers work, whether ether is real or not, we don't detect that motion. So since we have precise instruments that can do that and fail to do so, I don't accept that we are in motion around the sun without empirical validated evidence. Do you have any?
I've never looked into this before. I asked the Chat GPT and it says that there are examples of it detecting motion. So.
Okay, give me one. Orbital of Earth.
Orbital?
That's what we're talking about.
These
here.
ones seem to be talking about Earth's rotation.
Exactly. Which is non sequitur.
Why will you? It's actually not a non sequitur because your belief is that Earth has no motion. So if Earth rotates, then your belief is false.
No, I'll engage with your non sequitur in a moment as soon as you concede that you have a blind faith in heliocentrism, unless you could provide a measurement.
You've asked me that 3 times and I'm not answering it anymore.
I know it's because it's uncomfortable because you don't have any.
It's
I just
not
want you to demonstrate some
uncomfortable.
intellectual honesty. If you have measurements, we could just move on and I'll accept it. But you haven't provided, and everybody can see.
You could.
It's interesting that you don't have an answer off the top of your head. Like this whole time you've been holding these.
Yes,
live,
it's interesting that I don't just memorize shit to say to people with room temperature IQs on TikTok. Again, you can watch this video and they describe very clearly how they make those kinds of measurements. I don't bother committing them to memory because I'm not a debate lord and I'm not insecure about what I think.
Okay, that's cool. Well, if you wasn't, then you should just say, hey, Sacred, I accept heliocentrism even though I don't have any evidence for it.
No, I do have evidence. Jesus fucking Christ,
no,
chat. What is it doing?
Evidence.
You don't have exclusive evidence, so you have blind faith.
Interferometric data.
No, kinematic equivalence.
No, that's a direct measurement. You're confusing relative measurements. Did you forget?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm reminding you. So kinematics have to do with relative motion to other objects, not direct measurement to the thing that's actually measuring the motion. Non sequitur. So yeah, if you could just demonstrate some intellectual honesty in front of your audience, then we can move on to something that.
Let's see if you can do this. Do ring laser gyroscopes detect Earth's rotation?
It detects a rotation, but are you done talking about orbital motion?
Yep. Do ring laser gyroscopes detect Earth's rotation?
If you're done talking, that means you don't have any evidence for Earth's orbital motion that's exclusive to heliocentrism, correct?
Not that I know of off the top of my head that satisfies your standard or whatever.
Okay, cool.
And neither do you.
That sounds like all interferometric data.
No, you haven't ruled out that magic unicorn queef dust is actually just interfering with the instruments.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about queef dust. It comes out of unicorns.
Yeah,
And
I don't know about
and
your
it interferes
sexual.
with the
Yeah,
instruments.
I
You
don't
haven't
know.
ruled that
Yeah,
out.
I don't appreciate your sexual references, and you have a history of doing that. So I like to stay on the science, even though if it makes you uncomfortable. So if you can see that you don't have any exclusive evidence, that we can move on. But also, if you want to talk about
Sure.
rotation, right?
Why do pendulums deflect in different directions in different hemispheres?
Yeah, they don't always do that. As a matter of fact, if you go look at the southpolestation.com, you can see that they actually had problems in the South when setting up their pendulums. Are you familiar with that?
No, because that doesn't exist. You made that up. So why do the pendulums
So if I
deflect in
show
different
that,
directions?
so if I show that, will you concede that you were wrong?
No, because you're just getting it from some sort of corrupt source.
Yeah, but they're PhD. So how about not just
No, they're
create
lying
genetic
about their
fallacies?
PhDs, and anybody can create a website.
Also, nuh-uhs is what we're doing on your
Yeah,
platform here.
yeah,
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what you do when you got put into a corner.
yeah.
But okay. So if you don't want to acknowledge
Yeah,
citations
why
from
do ring
PhDs,
laser
that's
gyroscopes
interesting.
detect 15 degrees of rotation per hour?
Oh, because they align it with the sky. Remember when I was talking to you about Mach's principle?
No.
Oh, you forgot already? Damn.
Yeah,
Okay,
could
let
you
me remind
explain
you.
Mach's principle to me, please?
Yeah, so you have a universe in motion. So you have all this distribution of mass in the universe, and this distribution of mass that's in motion will have an effect on other
Can
bodies'
you
inertia,
can you
which is
start
this.
over? I wasn't paying attention.
No, I'm not going to do that. You go listen to the replay because this is highly embarrassing.
So what's Mach's
When you have a
principle? Is that like
when
it's
you
going
have
faster
so
than
when
the
you
speed of
have
sound?
so I guess it would be
Oh, okay.
in space because yeah, the universe would be moving. Kind of like how the edge of your universe in heliocentrum is moving 4 to 8 times the
Okay.
speed of light,
So what does
and
the
y'all
ring
don't
laser
really have
gyroscope detect?
Oh, so you don't want to talk about the universe anymore? Okay, yeah. So what you do is you align it with the sky, right?
Oh, okay.
It's a sky, it's a sky measurement. So well, we can actually have an equivalence there as well. So with a rotation, you need an orbit. So a rotation in the sky would also work on a geocentric Earth. So do you have any exclusive evidence for
No,
the
the
Earth
question was why
rotating?
does a ring laser gyroscope detect 15 degrees of rotation per hour?
Yeah, and I answered that, and you said you weren't keeping up. The sky is moving, just like Mach's principle kind of theorized. Did you remember that part?
The ring
Hey,
laser
look,
gyroscope is
if
on
you
the
don't have
Earth, buddy. The ring laser
correct,
gyroscope is on the Earth, so its angular
correct.
momentum is conserved, so it can't detect the sky rotation because how would it deflect toward anything?
What are you talking about? It detects any rotating frame that is within or on.
Yeah, but
That's
if the
literally how it
sky is
works.
rotating, then the gyroscope can't detect the sky's rotation because it's on the Earth. Its angular
Yeah.
momentum isn't connected to the sky.
So then why do they get anomalies during eclipses? Did you know that?
Did I
Or you
know
didn't know
about
that either?
this thing you just made up? No, I didn't.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't make it up. See, I've been teaching you about interferometry, remember? Like you can't like
No,
gaslight
you
me in
didn't
the
say anything
audience.
about interferometry.
Did you hear this chat? He said I didn't say anything about interferometry. Do you hear this? This man asked me what interferometry was, and then went to Chat GPT, and it told
No.
me that I never said
Oh
anything
my
about
God, chat.
interferometry. You know you're recording this,
The
right?
unicorn queef dust is messing with his brain
Why?
again.
What's with the
None of that
sexual stuff, bro?
happened.